All right, let me tell you about the time Zimbabwe's economy got so messed up. They had to print $100 trillion dollar bills. Yes, trillion, with a T. And no, this isn't sci-fi, this was real life in the late 2000s. Zimbabwe, once known as the breadbasket of Africa, faced a total economic meltdown. Years of land seizures, political chaos, and wild economic policies led to a financial disaster. When the government ran out of money, they just printed more. Sounds simple, right? Wrong. Because the more money they printed, the less it was worth. Soon, prices started jumping hourly. People would go into a shop, look at a loaf of bread, walk away to think about it, come back 15 minutes later and it was double the price. At its worst, inflation in Zimbabwe hit 89.7 sextillion %. That's a 9 followed by 22 zeros. That's not economics, that's a glitch in the matrix. So the government started printing bigger and bigger bills. First $1 million notes, then billion, then trillion. Until finally, they printed the $100 trillion dollar note. Imagine walking around with 100 trillion in your pocket and not even being able to buy a chicken. At one point, it took wheelbarrows full of cash just to buy lunch. People got creative. Some started weaving handbags out of money because actual banknotes were cheaper than fabric. Imagine giving someone a purse made of cash and they go, "Ah, thanks. Now I can afford a tomato." Eventually, Zimbabwe gave up and just said, "All right, everyone, let's use US dollars instead." Boom. Problem, sort of, solved. Today, that $100 trillion note, it's basically a souvenir. Tourists buy them online like collector's items. It's the only time in history you could hold 100 trillion in your hand and still be broke. Zimbabwe taught us a valuable lesson. You can't print your way out of trouble, unless you want to be the only millionaire who still can't afford toilet paper. History isn't just war and politics. Sometimes it's a reminder that math can be scary, especially when it's on your money.